I tell people, if you're going to do that, you might as well consider looking at bankruptcy.
What are your thoughts on debt consolidations in tools that are out there to help people? Is it really good for them, or should they just stick to the basics?
Yeah, so when people say the term debt consolidation, first we want to be very explicit of their version of what debt consolidation is. And so there are debt consolidation companies. Those, I would say, run away from them like the plague, because what they do is like, so you have a massive debt and you don't know what to do. You go to this company and their whole goal is they'll tell you to miss payments, let the accounts go delinquent, and then they'll go in and try to negotiate the interest rates. And then now you're paying this company who is paying the creditors for you, but you're in that program for 5 to 7 years, and you're in worse shape than when you first started. I tell people, if you're going to do that, you might as well consider looking at bankruptcy, because at least after bankruptcy, the debt is clean, but your credit is still need to be repaired. So now what I tell people to look at possibly as a strategy, quote unquote, debt consolidation, is that you can go and get what's called like a personal installment loan, meaning you can get a loan to pay off all the high interest debt that you have, and then you have one payment. Or I've helped clients where they may refinance their house or get a home equity line of credit, and the home equity line of credit interest rate is cheap enough to bring their overall debt payments down within that household. Again, what it all boils down to strategy. So typically when I sit down with a client, we look at all their options, what they potentially have access to. And the main goal is, and I always say this, even in business, you always want to find the cheaper money. So if you got a bunch of high interest debt and your average interest rate is 15%, but we can get a home equity line of credit and that money is locked in for the next 30 years at 5%, and you can get that and pay off everything else, that's the strategy that we can do. That's a form of consolidation that I try to instruct people to do. Not some company where they're going to tell you to go delinquent and default and all that other stuff.
That's fantastic, and I appreciate you sharing that, because I think there's a lot of noise out there, and it's good to know that there's, again, this is a shameless plug, but what is it? Is it easy funding for you, where folks can reach out? Yeah, yes. and get some professionals that have your best interest to help you out.